What's up? Happy Monday. Well, it is Monday. I mean, you guys would know that because, by the time that I put this video out, it's going to be a different day. But it is Monday. And as you can see, I'm suited and booted and I'm doing something a little different. Well, what are you doing, Sports Dad? You're always up to something. You're absolutely correct. So I have a job interview for something that I love to do, which is coaching, right? So, so lately, well, how did you get here, right? So, so it's kind of a crazy story. So my daughter was playing in this rec league or whatnot, and in this rec league, they had a young new coach that was doing this thing, and he has a desire to coach or whatever. And so while she was participating in this rec league or whatnot, I found myself, helping out. Right. And a few of the parents said something to me like, man, you should be a coach or whatnot. And so, and I do have coaching experience. Right. I used to coach my sons via AAU. And I started thinking about it. I was just like, no, I don't, I don't coach. That's something that I used to do. I'm just working with my daughter. Right. And so, I've been doing player development with my own children and things like that. And right now my daughter's my new project. And so I've been trying to get into a gym locally or whatnot. And so there's a neighbor that I have who she's in the school system around here, right? And so I reached out to her, and she just like dropped into my mindset, right? And or as the church folk would say, she dropped into my spirit, But I do believe it was led, and I just went over and talked to her. I walked my dog over there because she have dogs and whatnot, and she knows me because she walks her dogs, and she stopped and she talked to me. A nice lady. She's a widow. She lost her husband a few years ago or whatnot, but she's pretty cool. And so we was chopping it up. She was like, yeah, she has a twin, and actually her identical twin came to the door and was like, hey, your friend is at the door. And I'm looking like, what do you mean your friend is at the door? And then she came around and I was like, oh, that is right. You do have a twin sister. So anyways, she's like, yeah, what's going on? I was like, listen, I wanted to know if you have any connections to get me into a gym, or if I can use, your school's facilities or something like that, if you got any connections, because she knows everybody. When I say everybody, she has a connection for everybody. Right. And so, long story short, she was just like, well, I don't know. I'll check with my school. And then her sister was like, cause she was on the porch too. She was just like, well, this particular school is looking for an 8th grade basketball coach. And I was just like, and I thought about it again. There it is again, coaching. And I was just like, I don't really know. And then I was just like, well, hey, the reason why I was so hesitant, because I'm so used to freeing up my schedule so that I can be able to support my kids at their athletic events or whatnot. But I started thinking about it like, well, all of my boys are off to college. I got to stop calling them boys, but my young men are off to college. And my daughter, she's the last one, and her season hasn't started yet. But I still should be able to make her games, because if she makes varsity, which I'm predicting that she will, if she makes varsity, then that means her games are at 7, right? So I still will be able to make her games. And so I started thinking about it. I was like, well, yeah, I'll apply. I don't have anything to lose or whatnot. And so I went onto the school site and applied. And I did tell her too, like, well, I'm not a teacher or anything like that. Most of the time, you're not able to get a job like that unless you are a teacher at the school. And so and then she looked at the qualification. I was like, look at and see, do they require you to be a teacher? And she was just like, no, I don't see it on there. They're not requiring you to be a teacher or whatnot. And then she started talking about people that she knew that had positions, or that was a coach before, and that wasn't a teacher at the school. So I went ahead and applied the next day or whatever. And here I am, right? So it was about a week. Took me about a week to get a response. And the assistant principal / athletic director, she was like, I'd love to give you an interview, yada, yada, yada. And so, I told my neighbor, like, hey, I got a job interview. And I thought she had actually put in a word for me, but come to find out she didn't. But her daughter used to work at the school, right? Her daughter used to work at the school, and she actually still talks to the assistant principal from time to time or whatnot, because they're pretty they're friends. They have a pretty good relationship. So she was like, I'll tell my daughter to put in a good word for you or whatever. So that's good, right? It just seems like the stars are aligning. So I had a job. So I got a job interview with them today at 10 o'clock, and we'll see how things go. I'm a little excited, but I am suited and booted though. Let's see if I can get you. See if I can show you my little interview drip. I try to keep it simple. Let's see. Okay, this is my little interview drip. So I got on like a bluish, almost like in the Purple Family suit with my little tie or whatever. Y'all see that? I got my big glasses on, whatever. Got the Coach belt, and I got on some Kohans. That's the new style now. Instead of wearing dress suits with shoes, guys are wearing like like gym shoes / or just a step below gym shoes. So I started to put my Nikes on, but my white Nikes I have, but I said, no, I'm not going to do that. And so here's my watch. Let's see, my little Fossil. Just try to keep it simple, right? Interview drip. So I was actually on my way because my interview was supposed to be at 9, and the principal / AD hit me up yesterday via email and asked me if I can come, if we could do it tomorrow at 10, because she forgot that they had a meeting at 9. And so I responded and told her, like, well, I was actually en route, but if tomorrow works better, that's perfectly fine. And then she responded like, well, we can do it today at 10 or tomorrow at 10, I believe. And I was just like, or 9 or 10. And I was like, well, since I'm already dressed or whatnot, let's just go ahead and knock it out or whatever. So that's what I'm up to, right? So I'll keep you guys posted, right? Your boy got the gig. Yeah, they hired me on the spot. Yep, I got the job, so I'm excited. Real excited for this new journey, real excited for this new opportunity. And let the fun times begin, baby. Let's go.
Basketball has always been fun times for me. After training my boys and seeing them compete at the highest level and competing against top tier talent, I realized I had the ability to teach and became addicted to their development. And now my little daughter is my next project, and she's next up. Not only can I teach it, but I still can do it a little bit. Excited for this new journey and looking forward to everything that comes along with it.